I will present the following material. What is ethic? At its simplest, ethic is a system of moral principles that affect how people make decisions on their lives. Ethic is concerned with what is good for individual and society and is also described as moral philosophy. The term is derived from the Greek word ethos, which can mean custom, habit, character, or disposition. Ethic covers the following dilemmas: how to live a good life, our right and responsibility, the language of right and wrong, moral decisions, what is good and bad. Our concept of ethic have been derived from religions, philosophy, and culture. They infuse debate on topics like abortion, human rights, and professional conduct. Approach to ethics. Philosophers nowadays tend to divide ethical theory into there are mathematic, normative ethic, and applied ethic. Meta-ethic deals with the nature of moral judgment. It looks at the origins and meaning of ethical principles. Normative ethics is concerned with the content of moral judgment and the criteria for what is right or wrong. Applied ethics looks at controversial topics like war, animal rights, and capital punishment. What use is ethics? Ethics needs to provide answer for to give free home. If ethical theories are to be useful in practice, they need to affect the way human beings behave. Some philosophies think that ethics does do this. They argue that if a person realizes that it would be morally good to do something, then it would be irrational for that person not to do it. But human beings often behave irrationally. They follow their gut instinct, even when their head suggests a different course of action. However, ethics does provide good tools for thinking about moral issues. Ethics can provide a moral map. Most moral issues get us pretty worked up. Think of abortion and euthanasia for starters. Because these are such emotional issues, we often let our heart do the arguing while our brains just go with the flow. But there's another way of talking this issue, and that's where philosophers can come in. They offer us ethical rules and principles that enable us to take a clearer view of moral problems. So, ethics provides us with a moral map, a framework that we can use to find our way through difficult issues. Ethics can pinpoint a disagreement. Using the framework of ethics, two people who are arguing a moral issue can often find that what they disagree about is just one particular part of the issue and that they broadly agree on everything else. That can take a lot of hit out of the argument, and some tests even hint at a way for them to resolve their problem. But sometimes ethics doesn't provide people with the sort of help that they really want. Ethics doesn't give right answers. Ethics doesn't always show the right answer to moral problems. Indeed, more and more people think that for many ethical issues, there isn't a single right answer, just a set of principles that can be applied to particular cases to give those involved some clear choice. Some philosophers go further and say that all ethics can do is eliminate confusion and clarify the issue. After that, it's up to each individual to come to their own conclusion. Ethics can give several answers. Many people, when there to be a single right answer to ethical question, they find a moral ambiguity hard to live with because they genuinely want to do the right thing, and even if they can work out what that right thing is, they like the idea that somewhere there is one right answer. But often there isn't one right answer, there may be several right answers, or just some least worst answers, and the individual must choose between them. For others, moral ambiguity is difficult because it forces them to take responsibility for their own choice and action rather than falling back on confinement, rules, and custom. Where does ethics come from? Philosophers have several answers to this question. Cult and religion, human conscience and intuition, a rational moral cost-benefit analysis of action and their effect, the example of good human beings, a desire for the best for people in each unique situation, political power, good-based ethic. Supernaturalist makes ethics inseparable from religion. It teaches that the only source of moral rules is good. So something is good because would say it is, and the way to lead a good life is to do what good wants. Intuitives think that good and bad are real objective properties that can be broken down into component parts. Something is good because it's good. Its goodness doesn't need justifying or proving. Institutions think that goodness or badness can be detected by adults. They say that human beings have an intuitive moral sense that enables them to detect real moral truth. They think that basic moral truths of what is good and bad are self-evident to a person who direct their mind towards moral issues. So good things are the things that a sensible person realizes are good if they spend some time pondering the subject. Don't get confused for the intuitions. Moral truths are not discovered by rational argument. Moral truths are not discovered by having a hunch. Moral truths are not discovered by having a feeling. Ethics are different to legislation. Ethics are a system of principle and custom that affect how people lead their lives, although we do not have to follow this principle or ethic. It is generally in the best interest of everyone that we do. Ethics are different to legislation or laws that legally dictate what is right and wrong. Ethics represents society opinions about what is right and what is wrong. When we think about ethics in digital technology, we are considering what society opinions are about the use of computers and the development of hardware and software. For example, should your search history be sold to third parties? Should a new employer be allowed to access your social media history? How should you conduct yourself when online? Thank you.